In this episode, how to extend the shelf life of your food. Now, if you have some bread that's about to go stale, don't throw it away because you can turn it into some croutons. It doesn't really matter how big you cut it. You can cut them big or small, depending on your preference. Place all your croutons on a tray like this, spread it out, lightly drizzle my bread with the oil, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some salt, grab some garlic powder, and now the parsley. Mix it all up. Now all you have to do is put it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes at about 180 degrees Celsius. All right, so my croutons are ready, my friends, and look how good they look. It's so good. So my almost stale bread has turned into these delicious croutons. I'm salivating so much. Oh my god, you have to try these, guys. So now I'm going to show you how to keep your spring onions fresher for longer. Dice up your spring onion. Ah! Just kidding. Did you get worried a bit? No, okay. Now, all you have to do is put it in a dry bottle, just keep it in the freezer, and then this is gonna last, my friends, for a very long time, like months. So this is a great way to save money and to save you from chopping up onions every time you cook. Well, spring onions. And not only that, it saves the spring onions from going bad so quickly. Amazing. It gets very, very annoying that apples oxidize very, very fast. So a great way to save it from oxidizing so fast is to actually dip it in some salt water. Just put a little bit of salt in the water. So this is what the apples look like after sitting out for a while. This is the one with the salt water. It's looking nice and fresh, whereas in this one that was not dipped in the salt water is starting to oxidize. Now, if you find the apple is a little bit salty, you can always rinse it under water and it's gonna be like brand new. So there you go, really, really simple. A great way to keep your apples lasting longer. Another way to stop it from turning brown so fast is to actually just put it all together like this. Grab your rubber band, put it over the apple. So just like that, it's not gonna oxidize as quickly. As you know, after about 2 or 3 days, lettuce starts to wilt. So I'm going to teach you a few different ways to keep your lettuce fresher for longer. One way is to actually wrap it with some paper towel. It actually absorbs the excess moisture. You can put it back in the bag if you like to keep it all together, and then you put it in the fridge and that will keep it fresh for longer. Say you have a salad bowl and you can't finish it all, so what are you going to do? You're going to put the paper towel inside the bowl, and then you want to grab some Glad wrap, put it over the bowl like that. So the paper towel does exactly the same thing as just now. It absorbs excess moisture. Another way to keep your salad or your lettuce fresh is to actually put it inside a mason jar. So with this method, you just have to make sure that the lettuce is dry before putting it inside the mason jar. So this actually also works for other veggies like carrots or celery. So give it a shot, but just make sure you take out the moisture first before putting it in the jar. Okay? So if you can't finish your fruits and you're scared of them going bad, don't throw it away because you can actually dehydrate them. First, cut slices, but you don't want to cut them too thin. So you can do this with a lot of different fruits. I'm just going to do this with an apple and some strawberries. Now, I just got to place my fruit on my tray, put it in the oven at 90 degrees Celsius, okay? And you put it in there for about 1.5 to 3 hours, depending on your oven. So after it's done baking, it's gonna look something like this. Yes, it doesn't look the best, but that's because it's dehydrated. It's not gonna look pretty white, but it still tastes great. So you can put this in your cereal or you can just eat it on its own. It's a nice healthy snack for you and you can put it to good use. So as you all know, with eggs, one side will be pointy and one side will be blunt. There's actually an air sac at the blunt end of the egg. So if you store it with the blunt end down, which is what most people do, what happens is the egg yolk sits on top of the air sac, and that will increase the chances of the air sac rupturing later on, therefore causing your egg to go rotten very fast. So the right way to store your eggs is to actually have the pointy end down like that. That way, the yolk is not sitting on top of the air sac and therefore it's not going to rupture so easily. Did you know that where you store your eggs in the fridge actually plays a role in how long it can actually keep for? With majority of the people, they put their eggs in the door of the fridge, which is actually wrong because each time you open your fridge, the temperature changes. By keeping the eggs at the back of the fridge, the temperature is more constant, okay? So that way it'll keep your eggs fresher for a little bit longer. So a really easy way to test if your eggs are fresh is to actually just dip it in some water. So as you can see, my egg has sunk to the bottom of the cup, and that means it's fresh. So if your egg isn't so fresh, it's gonna float because the air sac inside the egg, it expands as the egg gets older. So it's just simple as that. So this is how you test to see if you have fresh eggs, because we all know it's really hard to tell, especially if you take it out the carton. You're never gonna know if you put it in the fridge, right? Yeah. When you have brown sugar, you may notice that it gets very clumpy very easily. So a great way to solve that clumpiness is to actually just put an orange peel inside with the brown sugar. So what the orange peel does, it actually keeps the moisture inside the bag, which stops it from clumping up. Just make sure you don't leave it in there for too long because you don't want the orange peel to get moldy and then destroy all your brown sugar. Okay, so just keep an eye on it. We've come to the end of yet another episode. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you didn't already know, I've started designing our own merchandise and we've got some stuff up on sale. So go check it out at tandemmerch.com. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at RJT99. If you like this video, subscribe and hit that bell so that you can get notified every time a video comes out. Or you can just download the free Clicknetwork app to watch most of the videos before they hit YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Mwah. Bing!